Ever found yourself in a family squabble so intense it ends up on national television? Today, we're diving into a classic Judge Judy case that's all about family drama, a messy house, and a whole lot of he said, she said. It involves a mother, two sisters, and accusations flying from every direction. Who's telling the truth? Who's at fault? Let's break it down. The scene opens with Judge Judy trying to figure out who's who. One woman identifies herself as the sister of the defendant and the daughter of the plaintiff. Let's call her the witness sister. The plaintiff is her mother, and the defendant is her other sister. Got it? Good. Judge Judy asks the witness sister where she lives, and she says Illinois. Now, the plot thickens. Judge Judy wants to know why the mother asked the defendant's sister to leave her house. The witness sister explains that living with her sister became unbearable for their mom. Apparently, the mother would frequently stay at the witness sister's house for a week at a time, almost every month, just to get away. The witness sister says whenever she drove her mom back home, her mother would get nervous and jittery, clearly not wanting to return. She's seen text messages and Facebook messages that paint a pretty clear picture. She says her defendant's sister can be very harsh with her words and extremely demanding, something she knows from personal experience when they lived together. This isn't just a recent problem. It seems to be a long-standing pattern of behavior. Judge Judy, ever the investigator, asks if the witness sister ever went inside the house with her mother after these weekend getaways. The sister admits she usually tried to avoid it, but did go in once or twice. So, what did she see? What was the condition of her mother's home where her sister was living? In her words, it was in very bad condition. Judge Judy presses for more detail. Bad condition, she repeats. What does that mean? The sister simply says, a lot of mess. So, after the defendant's sister was finally kicked out, someone had to deal with this disaster. The witness sister confirms she cleaned up the house and the backyard, which was also a huge task. But Judge Judy, always focused on the legal claims, wants to know who did the work. The sister says it was her and a friend of 20 years. Here's where it gets tricky for the plaintiff's case. Judge Judy asks, did you pay the friend anything? The answer is no. Well, then what are your damages? Judge Judy asks, cutting to the chase. If you don't pay for a service, you can't sue for the cost of that service. Is a tough but fair point. So, the messy house claim might be a non-starter financially. But the mother isn't just suing for a cleanup. The witness sister chimes in, all the things she took from my house. She claims her sister has a habit of taking things and then declaring them as her own. This is where the core of the mother's financial claim lies: stolen property. Now, let's turn to the other side of the courtroom. The defendant's sister has a counterclaim. She alleges that her mother is the one who took property that belonged to her. When Judge Judy asks what was taken, the defendant says, a lot. It's interesting, isn't it? Both sides are accusing each other of taking a lot of stuff. The defendant's sister claims her mother has a mindset of, if it's in my house, it's mine, and applied that rule to her belongings. She even brought some product information and paperwork for the items she claims were taken, although she admits she doesn't have receipts for everything. So we have a classic case of she took my stuff. No, she took my stuff. How does a judge even begin to sort this out without clear proof of ownership? This is where Judge Judy's famous no-nonsense approach really shines. Let's get some more context. Judge Judy asks the defendant's sister when she moved out. She says it was about a month ago, around November 15th. Now for the $1 million question, or in this case, the $200 question. Did you pay your mother rent? The defendant says yes. The agreement was for $200 a month, but she claims she and her partner often paid more. Judge Judy focuses on the agreement, $200 a month. She knows that the mother didn't sue for unpaid rent, so she assumes the rent was paid on time. But the mother interjects, he paid, she didn't. She's referring to the defendant's partner. But hold on, the defendant's sister says he's just a friend. Judge Judy doesn't care about their relationship status. They were together, she states. The mother argues they had separate rooms. This leads to another question. Was the mother charging each of them $200? The mother says there was no way to charge her daughter anything because she claims her daughter refuses to work. You can almost feel Judge Judy's frustration building. With a sigh, she addresses the witness sister. "Miss Boss, I'm sorry that you had to clean up this mess," she says, adding a little caveat. If it was, in fact, the mess your sister made. She clarifies that if there was a bill, a professional invoice for the cleaning, she would have awarded that money. But she is not going to sit there and sort through a laundry list of missing blankets and household items without solid proof. This case is a perfect example of why keeping records is so important, especially when you're living with family. Verbal agreements, missing receipts, and conflicting stories make it nearly impossible for a court to determine the truth. The mother's claim for the messy house fails because she didn't incur any actual financial loss. Her daughter and a friend cleaned it for free. The claims about stolen property from both sides devolve into a he said, she said battle with little concrete evidence. In the end, what started as a family dispute over living conditions and property ended with a harsh lesson in legal reality. You can't sue for emotional distress over a messy room, and you can't claim damages for work you got for free. And if you're going to claim someone stole your stuff, you better have more than just your word to back it up. It's a messy situation, both literally and figuratively, and a reminder that sometimes the hardest battles are the ones fought with family. What do you think? Who was in the right here? Let me know your verdict in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into courtroom drama.